All right, audio check. All right, that should be good. Welcome, everybody, to episode 11 of Game Pass Library, a series of game streams that I'm doing to introduce players to about an hour's worth of gameplay after having played roughly an hour of the game myself. I may not always do an hour, I may do more, but overall I try to get a comfortable feel for what the game has to offer and how I can navigate through the game. So this is Backbone. It is an investigative kind of story based in sort of the noir backdrop. It is overall, I'd say, I don't necessarily think it would be an action adventure game. I think it's more along the lines of just an adventure game. It is made by an indie developer. It's developed by Eggnut, published by Raw Fury. This was released this year, 2021. I'm not sure the month, but it is I think it's on multiple platforms. Like you can get it on PlayStation, you can get it on Xbox One, obviously through Game Pass. You can purchase it or have access through the subscription. I believe it's on Windows as well. I think it was released maybe mid-year. But this game has... It's dark. It can be dark. So if you're not ready for sort of a difference in mood swings, and I'm not saying by the characters, just the mood that the game takes. It's very light-hearted at times, but it can go dark really quick. The character goes through some very, I don't know, stressful situations, and maybe if you're not up for that, it might not be the game for you. But the story so far is great. Imagine that the backdrop is just sort of a setting. Imagine you're flipping through a book and reading, Choose Your Own Adventure. But there is a lot of reading, and the reading is good. It's well written. I think it starts off like many sleuth stories should. I even learned a new word, grubber. I didn't know grubber means a person who gathers things sort of in an unscrupulous way. But yeah, I think there's a lot of good things going on here. The pixel art is nice. If you ever see this game sort of at a full screen, when it's not quite zoomed in the way that it is now, you'll see that it's a very beautiful kind of backdrop. So how the game works is I'll just play along as I go, learning new things. Kind of not fresh, but kind of the hooks are in and my feet are settled. So let's continue. I don't want to spoil too much of what happened before. Some of the opening things I think people should enjoy on their own. So I'm kind of coming from Act 1. We are currently in Act 2. So there is some language, maybe like a PG-13 maybe style. I don't know the exact rating on the game, but all right. So FFF. They were butchering him, or I can say I can't even think about it. One thing I do like that this scrolling sort of log of choices that you've made and the way that characters, NPCs respond to that is kind of a nice execution versus just it happening and then maybe you not being able to go back and see what you made and kind of refresh your memory on what choices you made, because choices do matter. You can try to lie to some characters, they'll see right through you, or you can side with their personality or play the detective side and go incognito in a way, and doesn't always go in your favor, but I think the game is so far doing very well to captivate me, so I hope it captivates you as well. So let's continue. Why are they disposing of the body, or something worse than that? Again, there's going to be spoilers. Any game that you watch, there will be spoilers. Again, this is not a review. This is just sort of my initial feelings for the game, so that I hope that you jump into it yourself. If you have a Game Pass subscription, or if not, you pick it up by other means. No, that's crazy. People don't eat people. Is the bite serving people's flesh? The bite is a club. No, they were dismembering corpses and putting them into boxes. I've heard stories about ritualistic cannibalism in the past. F. Every time I close my eyes, I see him lying there. Oh, no, no. Don't remember the smell. Focus on the alcohol. Howard, what the F am I going to do? This is so effed. Again, the tree of dialogue that you have access to, it can go fairly deep. It has a very deep affair. If you want to have a good relationship with the dialogue and the NPCs, it can go fairly long. And I'm not saying like hours long of reading, but it's not just a question-answer effect done. It's a question, an answer, a follow-up question, new fork in the road, a line of questioning there, a couple of suggestions, a couple of requests, going and getting what it is that they may request from you. And it's not like fetch quests, but hey, can you go over there and talk to that guy and see what it is that he replies, and then come back and talk to me and tell me what he said. You know, that kind of thing. It can get pretty involved, which I'm digging it a lot. Just trying to set up my stream view here. Could he have just been in the wrong place at the wrong time? In any case, what could you do to deserve being butchered? Again, he's talking to himself. How many people has Bloodworth killed? So Bloodworth, again, there's a couple of characters that you may meet later that I've already met. So some of it may not make entire sense, but I like the way that the foliage, the animations of the pixel art really look good. I kind of wonder if the early developmental stages of the game start more detailed and then they pixelate it, or if it starts off, hey, we're doing pixelated art and we're sticking to it. Or, hey, let's do some really detailed art and then let's de-res it. Impossible to know for sure. Maybe I don't even want to know. I have a duty to do something. I should tell the police. What am I going to tell Odette? How about the truth? Truth might be too harsh. Lie. Tell her he ran off with someone. Drag it out. Say that I'm still looking for him. Yeah, I think it would be too harsh for her. Unless she was involved. She could have been involved. So I've got my standard peanuts, grapes, bananas. Sometimes I have cheese. I didn't have cheese sticks left, so I wasn't able to chop those up. And I've actually got a half of a deviled egg. It's my snack. Tell her the truth. Almost feel as if Howard has had a messed up past of his own. I don't want to spend my life snapping cheaters and finding stolen watches. But it's safe, secure, less time around corpses. I also don't want to die. Yeah, I just don't want to be alive sometimes. F. I wish someone would tell me what to do. I wish I had someone to talk to. I'm fine. I can do this alone. I wish I had someone to talk to. Don't try to do things on your own. Don't be a man with a secret or a woman with a secret. Don't be a person with a secret. No one would get it anyway. I have to wing it by myself, like always. I have to stop anyone else from being butchered. It might be the most important case I've ever had. Ain't that the truth? But is it worth the risk? Heck yeah. Really? Should you tell the police? What would I even tell them? Bloodworth probably has some sort of immunity. Oh, ain't that the truth? No way she's doing something like this without someone high up covering for her. What would I even tell them? Hi, I broke into private property and I'd like to report a butchering. They'd probably arrest me for trespassing and ignore the rest. The bastards hate unsolved murders. They'd bury the case in red tape. The bastards hate unsolved murders. They'd bury the case in red tape. They'd just arrest me and earn a favor from the Bloodworth for free. No thanks. So the police are out of the question. Think, Howard, think. I have no clue what to do. I'm useless. Why me? F this. Maybe if I drink enough, I'll forget about it. Let's give it a go. Did he pour it in his eye or on his face? I couldn't tell. Stand up, Howard. So, there are a lot of interactions with things in the area. Sometimes you'll kind of be brought into this closer view, and you can kind of, if there's white or yellow dots among the image, then you can kind of cycle between them and get a little bit more detail. The Great Fire was before my parents' time. Burned up bridges, whole districts destroyed by the war. Shh, maybe we deserve to burn. A figure with their tail chopped off. Weird. Or it's a human. Not all animals have tails. Maybe all mammals do. What do these symbols mean? They look deliberate, not just mindless vandalism. Again, I'm in Act 2, but in Act 1 there was a pretty cool puzzle that I had to figure out. The burning park. Looks like a homeless shelter. Guess I'll die here. Why? It's not over yet, Howard. You really nicked that juice, friendo. Rough night? More than I thought possible. Wow, that bad, huh? That bad. Whatever happened, you may as well make your peace with it, I guess. You don't know what you're talking about. Peace. Society's rotting from the inside. Yep. Definitely going to answer it that way. Yeah, I've seen them. Those are streety symbols. Not drawn by me, mind you. You know what they mean? More or less. Most of them are dumb tags or simple messages. What do the plaque ones mean? That's not safe here, and you'd better watch yourself. Not sure about the stick figure with no tail. Might be if some cult S. Might be some cult shh. I don't know. Can I say cuss words on Twitch? Or where they cut it all out? Cult? The New Dawn Fellowship? Nah. Wouldn't be them. I think someone less dangerous, but more religious. Almighty shepherd deniers, perhaps. All organized religion is dangerous. Ain't that simple. Even cults have their upsides. We all need companionship and something to believe in. People are stupid. I don't want to get into it, friendo. I got today to deal with. Yeah, and I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. I hear that. How did you end up here? Got injured at work. They let me go. Bosses are bastards. Yep, the ones who got born into it are even worse. They only ever look upwards. Never think of the folks they're treading on. You think all privilege corrupts? Sure. I think the strong can resist it, but most are like, why bother? What was your work? Worked at the big print works down at Gastown. Do you miss it? Listen, friendo, society's a cheap trick. Better get out before it makes you a complete sucker. I wonder what is this? Like, is noir mostly around the 1930s? Like radio talk. Back in the 1935, here Looney's talking to his friendo. Listen, friendo, society's a cheap trick. Better get out before it makes you a complete sucker. You have to be part of the system to change it. I can trick it right back. I'd love to be proven wrong. I guess, what is that? That's more like a Boston John F. Kennedy. I'd love to be proven wrong. Bring me a drink when you do. We'll toast to your success. You really think I'll succeed at anything? I'll hold you to that. Well, thanks for listening to a washed-up guy's ramblings. Even if we ever end up under the bridge together, we'll drink and cry the night away. What's wrong with drinking and crying together here? What kind of question is that? Well, thanks for listening to a washed-up guy's ramblings. If we ever end up under the bridge together, we'll drink and cry the night away. What's wrong with drinking and crying together here? Oh, right now, yeah. It's not the right vibe. I'm not staying here long anyway. Gotta keep moving. My name is Howard, by the way. Mine's Looney. Pleasure to meet you. You too. Always nice to pass the time with a new face. I'm gonna go. Bye. Oh, the burning park. It's very small, the burning park. Doesn't seem to be much else to do here. I like the way the main character's nose bounces as he walks. A wishing well? Someone has been using this as a public toilet. Not sure flipping a coin would help. Hey, sometimes you get your dreams pissed on. Ooh, there's somebody lurking in the dark. Has that same herbal stink to it that... Ugh, no. Gopnik. Hey, pussy boy, let's have a little chat. I'm walking here. Yeah? Where you heading? Why do you care? Just want a friendly chit-chat. Got any loans for your new friends? Loons. Loons, I guess, is the currency. I only make detective pay. Plenty, just not for you. Oh, F off. Say that again. Come on! Come on, stab me. I don't care. I ain't gonna be that easy, matey. Now time for Pain City. Get effed. There is no combat. I can't, like, punch back. I don't think I had much of a choice there. Ooh, a dark figure approaches. There's these kind of cutscenes like that. It's almost like a comic book panel in and of itself. Sorry, I'm not quite sure how much my smacking on this snack and drinking my Monster is picking up on the mic. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, Howard Loader, we're safe here. You can relax. I don't want to try female voices. Okay, Howard Loader, we're safe here. You can relax. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I hate the most? I'm being a pessimist, right? I'm being a hypocrite. I hate when you get an audiobook that has great female characters in it and it's read by some old guy. Like, that would be a great job to have, though, to have your voice recorded and be the narrator of an audiobook. But I prefer it when the companies that publish these books, like I have Audible. I don't know if you're familiar with Audible. It's an app, an online service, subscription fee. I think it's like $14.99 a month, and you can get credits to use on audiobooks, and you can download audiobooks every month. So I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and when I listen to the narrators and it comes to the female characters, they try to change their voice a little bit, but it's still just an old man. I do appreciate it when they go the extra step and they have a female and a male voiceover actress do that work, so that the female does the female voices and the male does the male voices, and then they can change the accent or the pitch of their voice to be different characters. But it would be cool if this entire game was narrated. All right, did you hit your head? It's Renee Wilson. Let's talk. Thanks, but I'm not in the mood. Why would I tell you anything? Yeah, let's be coy. Let's not offer up too much free information. Renee, all right, let me get things started. Go ahead. I'm a writer. I've been researching Clarissa Bloodworth for a book on power and influence I'm working on. Who are you working for? Myself. As for my funding, there's a guy, a rich, important a-hole. It's an ego trip for him, but he knows I don't like being told what to do. Who's the guy? The name wouldn't mean anything to you, but he thinks the book will make him look good and dish the dirt on his rivals. Tell me more about the book. I'm studying different forms of power and investigating who really holds the most influence in the city. And what's that going to accomplish? People can remake society if they don't realize it's broken. Why are you interested in Bloodworth? You know, I'm going to take a pause here. And again, I was talking about voiceover, but I've also done some listening to female voices that have very distinct and very unique and cool voices. And I'm trying to think of the female that plays like a senator or something in a sci-fi show on Amazon Prime. I'm trying to think of the show. What is that show called? I'm going to say, I'm searching Google right now. Best sci-fi series. Legion. I'm surprised it's not like the first one that pops up. I'm actually very, very surprised. It says Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. Geez, all the Alien movies, Apollo. No, I want the series. Oh, come on. What is that show called? Anyway, there's a show. It was based off of a book series, and there was a female senator. She has a very kind of raspy voice, and it sounds really good. I apologize. I didn't want to take up too much away from the game, but people can't remake society if they don't realize it's broken. Why are you interested in Bloodworth? She's maybe the most unofficially powerful person in the city. Since she took over as head of her family, she's been expanding. New drugs, high-profile visitors to the Bite, and more. The Bite is a club. Visitors. Did you know there's a VIP lounge upstairs at the bar? Super exclusive. Some real influential guys have been seen there. I'm talking top bankers, senior police, even apes. Ape seems to be a recurring description of like the top leaders of the city. I've been up there. No, you haven't. I suspected it much. I don't remember the last time I saw an ape in person. They prefer to stay out of the spotlight these days. Oh, so when I finally see my first ape, it should be a momentous occasion in the story. They prefer to stay out of the spotlight these days, but I saw one enter the Bite just last week. Which one? I couldn't really see, just the back of the head. So you're some sort of blood-worth expert? You could say that. I've never talked to her directly, though, and you have. What's she like up close? Yeah, that's my impression, too. She wouldn't get that far without knowing how to read people and their intentions. Is she pushing drugs? Specifically monkey butt. Incredibly potent, super addictive. She serves the clean variety at the Bite, and the shiftier version, I'm changing that word, is turning up on the streets. It's a stupid effing name. I think it's smart. Makes you giggle. You tell your friends, then they're curious. Boom. It loosens up the tongue, which for someone like Bloodworth could serve a purpose. Let's move on. How did you find me at the park? Well, I left the Bite just after you got kicked out, saw you running around. I wondered what madness you were up to. Just the usual night for me. I staked out the alley behind the Bite on a hunch. 20 minutes later, bingo. Puking raccoon. Could have been usual back alley puking. Then I followed you, hoping to ask what happened. Not sure why I let you drink that whole bottle first. You stalked me? Not cool. Hey, I was concerned. Have a little gratitude. Why am I here? What do you want from me? First, I want you to trust me, like I trusted you. Just now. What did you find at the Bite? I don't want to get anybody else wrapped up in this. Wouldn't it feel nice to share the burden with somebody? Yes, that would be nice. I'm here to listen. I can help. What did you find? It's a long story. Start from the beginning. On our way here, you told me you're a PI. What led you to the Bite in the first place? My case. What's the case? Client confidentiality. Blah, 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 blah. Are you serious right now? I shared some sensitive information with you. Do me the courtesy of trusting me, Howard. Fine. A woman hired me to shadow her husband. Why? What's his deal? He's a piece of ass cheating on his pregnant wife. I see. Disappointed, but not surprised. Did you find him? Yes, his corpse. What? Where? In the Bite's basement. They were cutting my target up to pieces. Into pieces. Got my life into pieces. This is a last resort. Dun, 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 dun. What the Gutting him like a fish. There were other bodies hanging from the ceiling. I didn't see that. Dividing his flesh into neat little chunks. I saw boxes of flesh. It wasn't just one body. Are you effing joking? I wish I was. Let me get this straight. Bloodworth is cutting up people in the basement of the Bite and then putting them into boxes? Hence the puking. I wouldn't put killing people past her, but this? Why? How the F would I know? I thought you were a detective. Never mind. I don't know, Renee. I don't know S. Okay, wow, it really was an awful evening for you, wasn't it? I ad-libbed there. Okay, wow, it really was an eventful night for you. What are you going to do now? Die, probably. That's the spirit. Seriously, though, how do we deal with your new situation? Since when was it a we? Since I followed you through the city all night and rescued your soggy ass from a puddle. I have a proposition. I don't want to know. I want to invite you to on an adventure. Ooh, it is an adventure game. I like adventures. So work with me. Let's find the truth about Bloodworth. She's clearly more dangerous than I thought. She is. But what could we do? I've never had a partner before, but my gut feeling says I can trust you. You found something I couldn't, and you owe me one. I don't owe you anything. Yes, you do. Just imagine doing your thing while I work behind the scenes. Teamwork. Also, I'll pay you. Clarissa will be looking for me. If she is, I can help you stay one step ahead of her. I'm smart and I know her modus operandi. I'll keep you safe. Let's try, I guess. Excellent. Now, tea time. Mind brewing some? But I'm the guest. You do it. And I'm the mastermind pulling the strings. Get brewing. Sure, boss. Well, I kind of like the way that the story unfolds. I like the characters. I like the dialogue. I like the reading. May not be for everybody, though. There is a lot of reading. Which tea would Renee prefer? Green, minty tea. Refreshing, clean. I don't know how to feel about her. Time will tell. I'll watch closely. Maybe I deserve a friend. She seems curious, smart, and kind. It's nice to have someone like that around. Coming right up. Boxes. You just moved in? No answer. I don't live here. Oh, I missed the dialogue. Dagger. Where are we? Docks. Not the most picturesque part of the city, but at least it's hard to find. I have a similar one in my office. No good investigator should be without one. Oh, a nice little audio tone for the kettle. Cool little kettle sound in the background. Let you know. The audio in the game is really good. You'll have some parts where you'll walk into a club and there'll be some really good music in the background, or there'll be a singer, be like a live music show, and you'll trail off to the right or left, stage left, stage right, and you'll hear the audio or the singing kind of die down, and then when you get closer to it, it'll cascade back up. I think they do a really good job with the audio. Sets the mood very well. Green tea, thank you. Don't burn your tongue. Way ahead of you. Oh, ow. So the case. We need to figure out what happens to that flesh. Did you see the startling cedar delivery truck in the Bite Alley? Yeah, I think I saw it. You thinking what I'm thinking? No, I'm thinking what I'm thinking. Great. Maybe the Starling van is smuggling the flesh out. Where are you going with this? What if I told you it's not a real Starling cedar van? Conspiracies are for crazy people. I'd seen it a few times while researching the Bite. It's a good fake, but I can tell you, up close, you followed it, didn't you? I tried, but I'm no expert at tailing stuff. I'm a writer, not a fighter. So you have no idea where it goes after the Bite. Well, luckily, there are people you can pay to keep an eye on things. Long story short, I know it delivers to somewhere in Gastown. But not exactly. No, my informant tracked it to the main commercial block, then lost it. But I figured out that it spends the night in the Bite Alley before going to Gastown the next day. So it'll be in Gastown tomorrow. Yep, you should figure out exactly where it delivers and investigate. We have to learn where that flesh goes. So it's a stakeout. Sure, but look for where Starling is stalked. It's a fake truck, but the right place will probably still sell it to avoid suspicion. That'll help you narrow things down. And if it doesn't, we need to check either way. It's the only lead we have. We don't want to wait until the next time. It has to be done. The only thing to fear is fear itself. You can do this. Clarissa could be tracking me. You already compromised your safety. What's the point in stopping now? You've got nothing to lose. Fine. I'll have to call Odette. Whoever that is, go ahead. The phone is right there. Arrange a taxi to Gastown while you're at it. I've got a man for that. Be right back. New objective. What's the objective? I think if I push the... Yeah, so I push the left button. Trying to think of what it is. For like the PlayStation 5, it'd probably be the touchpad. For the Xbox, it's the back button. But you can see objectives. You can see the objectives that you've completed. You can check your inventory by pulling the trigger. You can see what you have inside your inventory like that. And that's it. You can hit the start button. It kind of takes you back to what the title screen looks like. Toli. Anatoly? Howie! You free today? For you, always. What's hanging? Haha. It's a pear or a peach. What was I saying? Pick me up today at 9. I'm paying for the day. You bet. Howie and Toli, the dynamic duo of detective boy partners. Crime lords beware. I told you we're not partners. Actually, might be fun, actually. Heck yeah. Where do I pick you up? 1 second, Renee. What's the address? Tell him to pick you up outside 1640 Alberni Street. It's a block away from here. Thanks, Toli. 1640 Alberni. You know it? Yeah, in the docks. Wait, Howie, who's Renee? Who is she? Tell you later. Can't wait. Gotta run. The poopy lad is being cranky. Dad life. Drive you soon. Hang up. Who are you gonna call? Let's call Mom. Loader residence. Hey, Mom. Howie!
What time is it? Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?
Mom, I'm fine. I'm just checking in.
You don't call for weeks, then you check in at 5 a.m.?
Sorry, I've been busy. Work and all that.
Work? Do you need money?
Why are you like this?
Like what? I'd be like a lot of things if it wasn't for your father. But that's not my fault. What do you need then?
I don't know why I'm going into a British accent. I'm okay, Mom.
Well, now that you're here, maybe you can help me. I keep seeing these damn spiders under the bed.
Spiders? Big ones?
Huge. I'm not panicking, but where are they coming from? You should take a look for me because...
Maybe later. I won't call for a week or two. Don't worry, okay?
Fine. You never have time for your mother. Maybe you will...
Wait.
Fine. You never have time for your mother. Maybe you will when I die.
I gotta go. Bye, Mom.
Bye, baby.
Now let's call Odette. Alright, this conversation is going to be an interesting one. Odette is the lady I took in the investigation from. Mr. Loader, my husband can't come home tonight. Didn't come home tonight. Did you see him? I'm not sure how to put it. I'm sure it's nothing worse than I've imagined, so please, Mr. Loader, put me out of my misery. Listen, you should file a missing person report. Oh, Shepard. This is goodbye, Odette. But please wait. Interesting. Guess I need to go say goodbye to her. Okay, so start with the truck, find where it's going, call me during and after. I'll write you my number in a minute. Also, who's Odette? Odette is my client. Elaborate. The one that hired me to snoop on the guy I found dead in the bite. Her husband. Big spoiler there, right? Oh, poor woman. Anyway, what's my end goal with the truck? Our goal is to confirm if it's smuggling flesh out of the bite, and to where, or to whom. Anything you learn, report to me. Got it. I need a nap. You can stay here for as long as you want. This place is my little secret. I'll go home now and meet you back here later tonight. You don't want to stay? No. Call me if you need anything. Be careful out there. Goodbye, Renee. Oh, she's got long legs. You think that'll have a Mass Effect romance? You know what I mean. Anatoly, here we are, Gastown, Shepherd Almighty. What a swanky place. Cool to live here, huh? Maybe I sold my kidney. Well, you go on and bother folks. I'm gonna get some quality Anatoly chill time. When's your truck coming? We'll see. Kick back in the meantime. I'll be here for you, you know it. Bring me a magazine or a paper while you're at it. Go get it yourself. But it's so hot and I'm so lazy. Don't I know it? All right, new area. All right, we're about 43 minutes into the stream. Again, this is primarily the gist of the game. You'll walk around, you'll interact with NPCs that are, going on the side of the street. You can see like here, 411 electrical. You can talk to Sean. Like even in here, you can go inside the deli shops, you can kind of explore around, talk to the NPCs, get information. There are points like if, let's say you were in a area that you were trying to investigate, you can actually squat down like this and hide behind things. It'd be cool if they started to say, why is he squatting like that? You can talk to this guy, you can talk to all sorts of people. Alright, the animations are really good. Like you can see the leaves animating there. You can see the leaves animating on this tree. Sometimes you can see up, like just above me, just above the character, just above the 411. You can see there's another apartment there with its window open. Sometimes you'll see animations in there, maybe a character walking around or watching TV or sewing. I mean, there's so many things to just kind of walk and observe and look. I mean, if you're gonna start out on a game like this, you really have to get around, right? It's not like I don't know if I want to call it a point and click, but you just want to kind of make sure that you walk back and forth, have meaningful conversations with the NPCs, make the right dialogue choices. And again, they're kind of all over the place. There will be some information that you just want to know about this wood palace. I need a new couch, or any couch. Let's walk over here. Again, you'll talk to NPCs, you'll walk around and possibly go back to an NPC and talk to them further. We can have this one right here. Yeah, I'm on my smoke break. That's fine. I'm just passing the time. I want to talk, and the customer's always right. Need some company? The company of a complete stranger? Wonderful! Strangers are just friends you haven't met yet. Whatever, geez. You're not from around here, huh? Visiting a friend. They're not back yet. So, what's up? Guess it wouldn't kill me to make small talk once in a while. So, why electrics? You know where you stand with electrics? Unlike everything else in this life. What? You know where you stand with electrics. Oh, okay. Unlike everything else in this life. Electric stuff still breaks. And that's good, otherwise I'd be out of a job. You've got it all figured out. I guess it's not that easy. Easier than most things in life. What are the locals like? They're all assholes. Aren't you a local too? Yep, point proven. Alright. You own this place? Yeah, but been here for a couple of years. Yeah, been here for a couple of years now. How are you liking it? The rent here is so steep. It'd be cheaper in West End, but half the folks there don't even have a stable supply of juice. So why'd you end up here? Then why'd you set up here? The clientele. They got money for dumb luxury fancy lights here. It hurts my soul, but hey, I gotta look after me and mine too. There are worse crimes, man. The world could end tomorrow, and there's nothing you could do. Ever think about that? I do, all the time. Yeah, it brings a person down. I'll leave you to it. So again, I could have made different conversation choices there. Let's go inside this bookstore. Let's talk to this guy. Welcome to Poochie's Reads. Buy some books, please. They're good for you. You've been here long? I've been running this store for 12 years. Took over from my mama. Shepherd, bless her memory. Shepherd. That's like saying God, bless her memory. If not for her shelf organizing system. People still got an appetite for books? Enough to keep me in business, not enough to wake up and realize how low society has fallen, to say nothing of standards in literature. I do like books. Then you're easily pleased and always welcome here. What can you tell me about the local area? I'm a bookseller, not a tourist guide, but we do have the Gourmand Galavant around Gastown, if you're interested. The Gourmand Galavant. The Gourmand's Galavant around Gastown, if you're interested. It must be a book. Doesn't sound spicy enough for me. Well put. Oh, you got these things with pages and words? Sir, this is a bookshop. What are you in the market for? See, that sort of thing, it kind of, sometimes your conversations can go in this weird loop. There was this character named Johnny in the first act that I tried to have a conversation with to have him help me get through an objective. And I just sort of went in this weird, endless loop conversation. It's like, hey, you're going to help me? Do you want me to help you? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't know. You're crazy. You're crazy. It just sort of went in a weird loop, and I was like, I don't remember what choices I made or where this is going, or does my choice even matter? But see, I already had a conversation with this guy, so why does it sound like I'm having the initial conversation? Hajime mashite. Oh, one thing I did want to mention is there's a cool little setting here. Go down to settings. Go into audio. Might not be that. Visuals, language, that's what it is. So here, at any time during the game, you can switch between the primary language and the secondary language. Now, some games you can change the language, right? But I don't think I've seen very often where you can pick a primary and a secondary language and switch between them. Now, I like it whenever I can, if I have friends in the room and they want to play along, but maybe they're fluent in a different language, I could pick the language that they're fluent in and then also choose the language that I'm fluent in, and then be able to kind of cycle back and forth between the two. So I have Japanese friends that would also like to kind of join in, or maybe I have Japanese viewers, or maybe there might be viewers that come in and say, hey, could you throw this language in there? And I think this is a cool little bit of couch involvement. Like people, hey, what are you playing? Obviously, it's people that hang out with you. But anyway, I think that's pretty cool. I think that I haven't seen that done before. Being able to switch in real time between two languages or multiple languages. It'd be cool if I could just cycle through them all. Maybe even learn something. Like, I know a little bit of Japanese, how to read hiragana and katakana. Like, I know it that up there where it says puchi, it actually says puchi. Like pu and then chi. It's like fu, and then anytime you see a circle at the top right, it becomes like a pu, like puchi. Anyway, like koko wa something something desu yo. Sore. Again, I'm not great with the kanji, but I can read some of the hiragana, katakana. But I think that's cool. Anyway, got anything by Renee Wilson? Name rings a bell. Oh, the young fox writer. I got her book right here, yes. How was it received? To be honest, it wasn't. This is the game you have to look forward to. There's dialogue to be read. There's bits of information that you can find and gather and use later through interactions with other NPCs. Maybe you'll pick up bits of information that you can carry off and help you progress in the game. So this game has a lot of it, and there have been some decent shifts in the story, like twists and turns that are enjoyable. So I think that if you can kind of get through, if you're not much of a reader, this may not be for you, but there doesn't really seem to be any combat. There's no loot. There is some good stories. I mean, new abilities and options will unlock as you play, so some of the things that you do, like the crouching, doesn't become available until later. But like, leave no stone unturned, right? And maybe even roll it over twice. So it is definitely something you will need to invest some time in. To be honest, it wasn't quite an achievement to even get it published, and she did well not sounding hysterical. But you're about the first person to ask about it. What's her book called? An Introduction to Systemic State Power Dynamics. Not the catchiest. She's young. Yes, a debut at 25 years old. Really quite unusual. She managed to get it published. Enough about Renee. Was there something else I could help you with? Anything else I can help you with? Bye for now. Let's see if there's anything back here. Small, kind of quaint bookstore. All right, so my primary objective was to buy a new pack of cigarettes. Figure out where the boxes of flesh are ending up. Track down the fake Sterling cedar chuck. Buy a new pack of cigarettes. There was a store. I think the liquor shop would sell it. Sorry, sir, I'm waiting on a delivery. Could you come back later? Do you sell Starling cider? Please come back later. I have to close the shop. Oh, you're shady, man. Hey, friend, I am Dorton Tuna. I give you much fun facts whenever you press. Eggs are very nutritious, as well as a great way to decorate your home. Eggs? I can't just barge in there. The owner is watching. There's definitely something going on with you. I know you're the murderer. All right, I need a pack of cigarettes. I need to go to a store. The electric store. Sell cigarettes? You got any Starling cider? Sure, we've got regular red berry and pear. Expecting the delivery today? I've got plenty of each in stock. Why do you ask? Just curious. Do you sell anything special? What you see is what you get. It's all quality produce. You got red apple cigs? Surely do. 3 loons for a pack of 10. I don't know if I have any currency. I'll take them, thanks. Here you go. That'll be 3 loons, thanks. I'm looking for something fresh and seasonal. Well, I did finally get a new shipment of tomatoes and dry onions. I love vegetables, actually, in real life. Then you come to the right place, They're definitely good for you, eh? You said finally. There's been a problem? It's been unseasonably cold, slowed down the growth of lots of the crops at the greenery. The apes are taking care of it, they say. Oh, I didn't hear about that. Right, news about suboptimal agriculture output rarely makes the front page, Is it serious? We should be fine. It's just we're so reliant on the agriculture of the greenery, so fresh stuff is going to be more expensive for a while. Thank you. Goodbye. This bunny has been standing in the exact same place. She's the murderer. Can't talk to her though. Alright, so I've got my cigs. Figure out where the boxes of flesh. Track down the... So I'm imagining that some of these characters you can talk to figure out where this truck is going. And as you talk to them, you get to know the characters, and those conversations lead you towards different sections of this specific area in Gastown. So I know I didn't get into like the meaty parts of it, but I think a lot of that is will start to grow on you, and you'll end up having this hook that sinks in deep and really asks you to just give it some time. Let me call Renee. Who's speaking, please? It's me, Howard. I need advice. We discussed this. You need to track the delivery from the bite and find out who's buying the boxes. This is my time to shine. It's my time to shine. Positive mental attitude. Exactly. Call me once you know more. And don't end up in a box yourself. I'll be in touch. See, I got that guy to talk to. Got the clean queen to talk to. No point in moving away from the high street just yet. There might be sections that I can walk off to the right. And there are areas that you can do that. Can I walk into the background? Feed the pigeons. Feed the pigeons what? Kind of get a Zen vibe too on games that allow you to just sit down. Oh, hello. All done, Grandpa. See you next week. The investigation continues. Hello, name's Louis. What can I do for you on this fine day? Looking for something to treat myself. Ah, very good, sir. Are you looking for a dark or light liquor, or perhaps that perfectly balanced something in between? What would someone like you recommend for someone like me? Ah, well, far be it for me to presume, but you seem like a man who likes to take the road less traveled. Creative type. Would I be wrong? Finally, someone gets me. Aha! Then perhaps a modern, more experimental bottle, like a Moreau Oaked Red. Sounds delicious. But say, I wanted something more exclusive. Quite sure I don't know what you mean. You're the murderer. Tell me what you did with the body and the flesh and the chopped pieces of human bodies. I'm sorry. These aren't humans. They're animals. What's the rarest thing you sell? Ah, that would be the bottles of Fritz Caraldo. Apparently only 100 were ever made. and I have 2 bottles for sale. It's rarer than whatever just got delivered. Well, no, it just arrived, but I know what's in it. Boring old starling cedar. Nothing someone with refined taste like you would want. What if I said it wasn't starling cedar in there? Do I want to say that? Do I want to say that? I should probably say that, shouldn't I? Ridiculous! I know what I ordered, but this is my shop. I won't be harajed. I don't know how to pronounce that. I won't be harangued. I'm just going to say harangued like this. In my own shop. In truth, I'm a journalist. A few questions, and I'm gone, okay? Louis, I'm a private investigator. We need to talk. What? There's nothing. If it were to make you happy, and leave me alone. What? There's nothing. But if it will make you happy, and leave me alone. Have you heard of Clarissa Bloodworth? Are you buying these crates from? Who are you buying? Where are you buying? You got any buyers for those crates? Let's ask him if he's heard of Clarissa. I've never heard of her. I've heard of her. Who hasn't? She owns that bar, The Bite, I think it's called. She own anything else, perhaps? I'm not sure. I don't. I'm not familiar with her business dealings, I'm afraid. Where are you buying those crates from? Just my usual wholesale supplier. I'd love to only sell to my... Let me reread that. Just my usual wholesale supplier. I'd love to only sell my own brews, but sadly, people are slow to love them. If they had more taste, then not having money problems, are you, Louis? You sell any of your stuff to The Bite? You stock any merchandise from The Bite? Like what? Isn't it a bar and club? They don't export anything. You got any buyers for those crates? I mean, I haven't even unpacked them. I told you, but... You know, how about a free sample of my own porter? You're not going to get me drunk. Are you really trying to pay me off with hooch? Goodness, no. I'm just being hospitable. A drink to smooth things over always helps. What's in the crates, Louis? You talk or bad things will happen. Sir, please. I don't know what you want to hear, but this shop is my life. I want the truth. And I'm ready to hurt you for it. Oh, Shepherd, look. Do you want the money? Take everything. Have you ever broken a finger, spill, or I start with your pinky? Yeah. Please don't hurt me. If just... Here's the storage room key, okay? Look for yourself and let me be. And don't try anything stupid while I'm gone. Got a little whimper to him. Thanks, Tuna. Plants emit an ultrasonic sound when injured or under stress. It's like they're screaming. Really? I'm going to get locked in here. Watch. It's a closed wooden crate. Inspect it up close. I really don't want to open this. Let's inspect it up close. There's a faded Starling Cider logo on the side. The box is a simple construction of cheap wood with a flat lid. Look at the lid. The lid doesn't appear to have a lock on it, and there's no obvious way to open it. Inspect the lid. You run your fingers carefully along each edge of the lid. At one point, there's a tiny recess on the side. Lever up the lid. With a little effort, the lid pops out from its groove. Look inside. Beneath the lid are a number of small packages individually wrapped in thick silvery paper. Sniff the packages. The silvery paper has a chemical tang. The rest of your olfactory observation is filled up with the musty basement smells of damp and old cigar smoke. Nope. Hold the puking. Unwrap the package. You peel back a layer of the silvery paper to reveal a neat square of flesh. Inspect the flesh. The flesh is light pink with a striated texture. Sniff the flesh. There's a melange of intoxicating scents. Sweet, fatty, with notes of acidic tang. F this, I've seen enough. But have we? I'm going to go back outside and there's going to definitely be something out there. Guaranteed. Really? Nothing, huh? Let's go talk to Louis again. So you saw it? Illegal fish fillets. It's a dangerous black market. Don't you start trying to F with me. Surely you understand. Now you tell me everything, or I could break your nose first. Oh dear shepherd, give me strength to overcome my weakness and face your judgment. You could literally change shepherd with God. Oh dear God, give me strength to overcome my weakness and face your judgment. Stop that brainwashed S. And to protect me from the sins of non-believers until the great fire returns. How did you end up with boxes full of flesh, Louis? I didn't have a choice. Fate has conspired against me. You chose to be complicit. Pathetic. You really believe that? I tried everything. Doing this is the best option I had. What's Clarissa holding over you? It's personal and deeply upsetting for me to articulate. Speak! Bloodworth is keeping my sister alive. She pays the medical bills. I even thought about selling the shop, but the loons wouldn't have lasted. Bills for what? How did Bloodworth know? The people now in those boxes had families too. Fucking Clarissa, she found your weak spot. You don't know her. You don't know anything. I know she's a monster. You're brainwashed. Everyone is a tool to her. Maybe so, but I was too weak. Now my sister is alive. That's all that matters. What do you do with these boxes? Nothing. I just look after them until the delivery. Delivery? A woman calls. I get one of my boys to deliver. We don't ask questions. The caller. You know anything? What's her voice like? Her name is Bajwa. I can write down the address for you. You must know more about this Bajwa. I don't know. I would never ask. I'm going. Take a long, hard look at yourself, Louis. You're never going to come back, right? Please, my heart couldn't take it. Last question. When is this Bajwa expecting delivery? Well, Joey took a crate over a few days ago. She is expecting a box of cigars today, but I'm sure about the other crates. But I'm not sure about the other crates. Tell Joey he's got the day off. I'll take the cigars. You can't. They'll suspect. And if it gets back to me, my Leia... I think it's Leah. This won't get back to you. Give me the cigars. Trust me. I do this all the time. Give me the cigars. Fine. I can't stop you. My life might be worthless, but other people will suffer if you're not careful. Stay on your toes, Louis. Interesting. I got a achievement. Rare achievement unlocked. You lost your patience with Louis and walked all over him. That's the achievement that I just got. It was a rare achievement. All right, so that's sort of the way that the game goes. Walk about, check everything, talk to everybody. I could have talked to all the other NPCs that were on the side of the streets or standing at kiosks or in-shop stores. I just randomly decided to sit down and feed pigeons, and that's what might have triggered. I don't know if that's always what triggers it, or if you just talk to certain amounts of, or do certain amounts of things, then things trigger. But it's definitely a great game. I'm very curious to see how the story ends. But again, the way that these streams work on the Game Pass library series that I'm doing is I'm just going through all the games that people can gain access to. These games aren't on Game Pass forever or indefinitely. Sometimes they get removed. I think some of the first party stuff like Halo will probably always be there. Gears of War will probably always be there. But some of the other games just kind of rotate in and out. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this little bit of Act 2 for Backbone. I'm really enjoying the story. I'm really enjoying the art direction and the style of the game. I definitely think it has a cool little hook to it, and that's primarily the story. Without a good story, with a game like this, I mean, it just becomes sort of an art show. And the art is very well done too. I think the overall kind of pixel art is done well. The animations are done with some interest, with some interesting flair to it, and they definitely gave it some attention. This isn't just kind of an easy thing to put together. It definitely had some tender love and care from the team. So again, like I said, there's parts where you're going to be sneaking. There are puzzles. You didn't get to see any in this one, but you'll definitely encounter them in Act 1. You are a detective, and like the consequences to your choices are there. Like if you lie, it could go the wrong way for you. I kind of said that before. I do like the audio. The audio is great. There's good music to listen to on certain characters and in certain areas. And you ever see this like little, I guess it could be a, I don't know what kind of animal this is. See how he's kind of stuck in a walking animation? Sometimes he'll turn around and go the opposite direction. But I have seen this a couple of times. I saw this in Act 1, like a lady holding an umbrella. She'll walk in a direction and then just get kind of stuck there. I'm not quite sure what's doing that. This is a game that was released this year, so maybe it's something that they'll patch. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a good amount of time. So I think that's really the only thing I've seen an issue with. But I think otherwise, I like the cool stuff that's in there. The goods are there. It's got good execution of that scrolling dialogue record. So if you're talking to people, you won't forget what it is that you're talking about. I think it's a very classy execution of this game. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this look at Backbone. If it's something you want to try out, please jump in there, enjoy the story, enjoy the gameplay. And as always, the way that these series works, if you're ever in a live stream of mine, no matter the stream, whether or not it's this series or anything else that I'm doing, if there's likely to be a game that you'd like to see streamed, if I have access to that game, I will add it to my game queue, my queue of games to be streamed. And I'll give a look at the game, get familiar with it first, and then come back and stream it. And I hope you'll join me. So hit the follow. If this is a video that you're watching on YouTube, then jump down in the comments. You can give me suggestions there. But come back and join me. Hopefully I'll be streaming a game that you suggested. Otherwise, I just take a random number generator or just what I'm scrolling through. And hey, that looks cool. I've been doing a lot of these side-scrolling, basic pixel art. Not the big, I'm not going to do like Battlefield right away or Call of Duty. Eventually they'll get into the rotation, but I'm kind of trying to play these things that probably are not highly proliferated or out in the wild as much or don't get as much attention because these gems are very, very good that I've so far streamed. So, all right, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys on the next stream. All right.